friends, welcome back to my channel. It's time for March favorites. March is the longest month every single year. It's the longest month in the school year for me personally. Because there's no break. So we're in between February and April, and it just seems like a long month. I'm kind of stir crazy because I've been indoors so long and the weather is still crummy. So I'm so glad that March is over. I'm so glad that April break is so very close. And I have not a ton of favorites. I was a real creature of habit this month, and I'm really pumped to say that everything except for one item is a drugstore item, which is pretty fabulous. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I have is this Garnier BB cream. It has SPF of 15. It's the Skin Renew Miracle Skin Perfector in light to medium. This was my very first drugstore obsession for BB cream. I swore by this stuff and I tried nothing else. This is my second tube of it, but then I noticed it was actually a little bit dark for my skin. Because it is light to medium, it can be hit or miss for me with any company. And you can see that it looks a little like holding it up to my face. It could be pretty dark, could be pretty light. But I was noticing that the other BB cream that I was using seemed a little light for me, like looked a little pale. So I pulled this back out. I love this stuff. It is not as thin as a typical BB cream. It's a bit thicker. It's more of perhaps, I'd say, a whipped texture. It also has a pretty noticeable fragrance. Once it's on my face, I don't notice it at all, but I definitely know when I squeeze it out of the tube and I'm first putting it on, I'm like, oh, that's the almost florally scented my BB cream. But I like this a lot. I think it's a great value and I would totally recommend it. It comes in, I think, light, medium, and medium to dark, which isn't a huge shade range, but if you're somebody who's kind of like me, this could be a great fit for you. I also have this number 7 Exceptional Definition Nutrient Enriched Mascara. This came in that Boots number 7 kit that I bought from Walgreens after Christmas, and I just pulled this out and thought I would give it a whirl. It's one of those brushes. It's got a lot of features to it. On the one end, you have those, spikes that you can do extra work with. The top, you've got some longer bristles, and then the flip side of that, you've got some shorter bristles. So there's a lot that you can do for this. This mascara is a great mascara. I'm actually almost out of it, which is kind of a bummer. I don't know if I can purchase this. I don't know where I can purchase this in the States. If you guys know, let me know down below. I think Target might carry it, but I can't remember. This gives me beautiful length, beautiful volume. It doesn't get clumpy, it's nice separation. I think this is great, and I don't know what it retails for by itself, but I would totally recommend this. This has been a really awesome mascara for me this month. Moving into blush, I have this Milani blush in Tea Rose. First off, beautiful product placement. Like, that's amazing. This is the color. It is a beautiful matte rose blush. I've got it on my cheeks today. It definitely is a product where I can definitely get kind of heavy-handed with it, but just one gentle swipe and look how much color you get. It's just gorgeous. I've been playing around with it quite a bit. I really do like it. It's just a great blush all around, totally worth it. I have it in the other shade as well, but I don't think I have it in the corally shade. There are 3. I believe this is part of the permanent collection, but don't swear by it, so go grab it while you can before it might be gone. I have this simple eye makeup remover. This is I think it's relatively new. I hadn't seen it before when I picked it up. I'm totally intending to do a one brand review of Simple. Between myself and Ben, we've tried almost every Simple product out there, and I think it's a really great, underrated brand. This stuff is really great. I use 2 saturated cotton rounds to get my makeup off. I don't have a problem getting off waterproof mascara. I think this does a great job. It really is effective, and it doesn't sting my eyes at all. I don't have to do too much rubbing. I think this is really great. It has no perfume in it at all, so it's just what you see is what you get, what you smell is what you get. And I think this is really great. I probably will pick up another one of these when I'm down to little to no makeup. Continuing on, I have this Rimmel Match Perfection. This is a skin tone adapting concealer. This is in 125 Fair. I don't know if they still make this. I got this on the Walgreens clearance, and this stuff has just been such an unsung hero for me the past couple of months. It's kind of a different type of packaging. You squeeze this and product comes out on the brush, and then I use it as a brightener. The one thing that I really like about this stuff in particular is that it doesn't crease on me. This is one of the very few highlighting concealers I have used, not even the Dream Lumi, not even the It Cosmetics, that hasn't creased on me. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm using a setting powder or if it's just a good product on its own. I've actually never tried it without a setting powder, which I should do that now that I say that. This stuff is great. I think it's awesome. If they still make it, totally go buy it. It's just a light, well done highlighting under eye concealer. I've been pairing it with this Mirabella perfecting powder. At first, I thought that I really liked the Laura Geller setting powder, but I noticed that it kind of comes off cakey on me, so I wouldn't want to buy it. This stuff is lightweight. I'm actually almost out of it, and I don't know if I'll actually go ahead and buy the full size of it, if they even still make this. This is almost 2 years old, I think, but this stuff is awesome. I use it just for my under eye area, and it helps things last all day. I think it's really, really awesome. The last makeup favorite that I have, I'm going to do a full review on because spoiler alert, it is awesome. It is the Maybelline The Blushed Nudes. I went to Walmart hoping to get the L'Oreal Le Nude palettes. They didn't have those, but I noticed in the Maybelline section this pink packaging, and I was like, what is that? Get in my life. You look gorgeous. And sure enough, it was another release of the nudes line or the palette line that Maybelline has. I've never tried the smokes. I've never seen it in any of my Walmarts or drugstores here in Boston or in Maine. I did pick up the bolds and returned it because it was really not great quality. So I thought, like, what the heck, I will give this a try. I know that there have been a lot of reviews out there, and I wanted to get on it early, but the reality was I really wanted to use this for a while and use all of the palette before I could give you guys my genuine thoughts on it. And you can tell here in my usage that I have been using the heck out of this. Aside from a couple of shades from my Too Faced palette that I've always been using, I think this is awesome. Top to bottom, it is great quality. The pigmentation, like, I'll show you guys gently, like, it's so creamy. This one has a bit of fallout and it can be a bit chalky, but also beautiful. I ironically am not wearing it on my eyes today, but I pretty much wore it for 3 weeks straight in March, and I love the looks. I can get some versatile looks on here. It gets compared quite a bit to the Naked 3 palette, but I have to say, the Naked 3 palette, I own it, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, the colors are so pretty. I want to do all these pretty looks, but then I start to use it and I'm like, I don't know how to make a look with this. Like, I just, like, the colors are all so similar. Here, I've got some depth, and this is not meant to be a review, but I'm just telling you guys, it's great. I'll do a review with swatches and my actual full-on thoughts. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I've just been using it so much that I thought I can now finally give a full overall review of the palette from top to bottom. Okay, so for my two, like, not beauty-related favorites, the first is a book. This is going to be super nerdy. I don't even care. I have been teaching for the past, gotta be 5 weeks now, the book Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And I am not gonna lie to you guys, when I found out I was teaching that book, I was like, ugh, another literary classic that I have to teach. There are, like, and I've always been on the standpoint of, as a teacher, I think that there are so many modern, wonderful texts out there that I'd rather teach those than kind of the old classics that, yes, they're great pieces of literature, let's not discount that, but they're not the most engaging. So I had never read Frankenstein prior to this year, and I just really enjoy it. I think it's a great book. It is the very first science fiction book really ever written, and if you don't know what Frankenstein is, it is nothing like the movies. It's essentially about this man who starts out with noble intentions. He wants to rid the world of disease and stop people from dying. Like, great, you can get on board with that. But unfortunately, by bringing someone back to life and not being happy with his creation, he abandons it and all hell breaks loose. And it's just filled with tons of emotion where you're very torn, because on the one hand, you feel bad for the scientist, but on the other hand, you feel really bad for the monster, the creation that he built. And, you know, you can also feel angry with both of them. And I think it's a beautiful story. It's got tons of variety and things to think about, you know, thinking about ownership and taking responsibility for things, but also, you know, where you draw the line between things that are justified and aren't justified. And I just am very much enjoying teaching it, but also as someone who just read it, I think it's a really great book. So I would totally recommend it, especially if you're not somebody who likes just the basic literature type of things that are old school, you might like this book, so I would totally recommend it. The other thing that I've been loving is one song. Literally just one song that I can listen to on repeat over and over again. It's by a group or a band. I don't even know who it is. His name is Omi, or O-M-I, however you pronounce it. This is getting weird. It's the remix Cheerleader. I have no idea why I like this song so much, but I can listen to it over and over and over again, and I'm not tired of it. It's very strange. It's like I either listen to Imagine Dragons or that song. What is with my music selection is so weird, and when I'm obsessed with something, I listen to it nonstop. So I've been enjoying that a lot. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like I say every month, favorites videos, empties, and hauls are probably my top 3 favorite videos to watch. So I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have a March favorites video, there are my words. Let me know down below. I'd love to watch it. Or if you have any favorites, let me know down below, because I think it's really cool for you to recommend something because you love it so much. So I think that's totally cool. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.